Welcome everybody to this Clarity Night. My name is Mohnish Malhotra, and I'm a certified facilitator of Access Consciousness. We'll be using the Access Clearing Statement and Tools of Access. If you're completely new, please visit theclearingstatement.com and check out accessconsciousness.com. Today's topic is attention. All right, let's dive in deep. How many of you learned at a very early age that the only way to get caring and love was by hurting yourself? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, puck, shots, birds, and beyonds. How many of you learned the day you were conceived, even before you had a body, that the only way to have what is caring and love in this reality was through self-torture, self-flagellation, and self-destruction? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, puck, shots, boys, and beyonds. Now, this may sound so confronting, but for others, it might be like, yeah, I've done it secretly all my life. So everywhere you're unwilling to know, we perceive, receive what I'm talking about. Will you destroy it and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, puck, shots, boys, and beyonds. Did you actually succeed by getting the attention, the love, the caring you actually required from one or both of your parents by creating self-destruction or sickness? And everywhere you've not acknowledged that you actually succeeded in that particular target, you've become a master of that now. You've become so good at it that you do it so naturally. It's like breathing. Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pot, shots, boys, and beyonds. Like, there's an old saying, whatever you practice, you become it. Like you be it. How much practice, how much energy have you put into practicing creating a problem so that you can have attention from whoever you need it from? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and create it all, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pot, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Let me give you a small example from my own life. Okay, I adore my parents. They didn't really have an easy life, and they saw their own hardships. This is not to justify whatever they choose to be as right. This is an acknowledgement that they didn't have an easy life. So, long story short, both my parents were very busy. Father was basically a selfish drunk. He didn't care very much about anyone in the world. So it wasn't personal to me. But in general, he didn't really care much about anyone. He only cared about people after 6 drinks. Probably he only cared about himself after 6 drinks. So that was the space and place I saw my father growing up as a child. And then my mother, she was so disoriented by his disconnection and everything else that's going around. And, we were 2 brothers and we are yelling all the time. So she had just insulated herself so thick. She numbed herself so thick that she cut off her awareness of what was going on. She had to be shaken up every time you needed to get her attention. Why? Not because of me or anything else. This was one of her coping mechanisms. This is one of her way of functioning and dealing with what was going on here in her life. If something really needed her attention, she would probably look at it. Otherwise, she was too busy. She'd get up at 5 o'clock, prepare a meal, send the husband to work, send the kids to school, and then go to work herself. Come back, make lunch, and then start an evening job. And at night, cook dinner, and then get a few hours of sleep. This was her routine every day, of every week, of every month, of every year. So the way she functioned is, I started to notice every time I was sick, she would actually stop what she was doing and spend some time with me. Okay. Now you can look at it as a way of, oh my God, why would you hurt yourself? Or you go, that's brilliant. You figured out a way to get your mom's love or attention, even if it was for a short-lived moment. So how many of you chose to get sick, chose to hurt yourself, or create sickness in your body temporarily so that you can get the attention from one or both of your parents that wasn't available otherwise? Everything that is times a godzillion. Will you destroy and create it all? Please. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, shots, boys, and beyonds. And the thing is, 99% of the time, it actually works. It actually works, especially when you're younger, when you're unable to take care of your own needs and your own body. There's someone has to be there to give you the medicine, to tuck you into the bed, etc. But as you start growing older, like once you, let's say, an adult, 15, 16, 18, 21, then basically nobody stops their life. Because according to them, you've now grown up. You should be able to handle your own shit. So how many of you are still stuck in the pattern of creating sickness, creating a problem, expecting the same result that you got at the age of 2, 3, 4, or 5? Everything that is times the godzillion, will you destroy and create it all? Please. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pot, shots, boys, and beyonds. Please know this is not to make you wrong. This is to actually acknowledge your brilliance, that you found a way to connect with whatever parents' love you needed, and it did work. It may have worked till a certain age. You might want to look at, are you still choosing that? And is it still working? Is it still creating the result that you desired? Just because it created the result you desired when you were younger, is it still creating the result you desire? Or do you have now other possibilities, other tools, not to get people's attention, to actually create your life? So what beyond this reality acknowledgement are you not giving to yourself? That if you gave it to yourself, you'd be allowed to and able to create whatever you desire to create in your life. Because that also, creating a problem also takes the creative energy. It doesn't matter what you're creating with the clay. Your creative energy is like clay. You mold it into a problem, you mold it into $1 million, you mold it into an STD or cancer, whatever. It's up to you. Whatever you desire to create with your creative power, you create with it. So beyond this reality acknowledgement, are you not giving to yourself that if you gave it to yourself would allow you to create whatever else you desire to create in your life? Everything that is times a godzillion, everything that doesn't allow you to know, be, perceive, receive that, will you destroy and create it all, please? Times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, online, pot, shots, boys, and beyond. So truthfully speaking, if any of you did that, or if any of you still do that, what does it give you, creating a problem? If you want to write down 2 or 3 things, okay, for yourself. You may not have to tell this to anybody other than yourself. If you were willing to be vulnerable and honest, here, right here, what is it that it gives you, creating a problem? What result does it create? Let's just speak in very simple terms. What result does it create? if you are in a problem or if you're hurting. It creates anxiety. Someone says, you can use the chat feature if you want to type there. You can let me know your response there. So it creates anxiety. Now, if you see someone you care about or someone of who's your friend, and if you see them stressed, what do? You ask them how you are, what's up, can I help you? So notice it puts you in the center stage again, where people get to ask you what's going on. They actually get to ask you, hey, I'm here for you, tell me what's going on. Is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything I can do for you? Please tell me. Okay, now stay with this for a moment. You create a problem that creates a stress in your life, and you look stressed, and people come and ask you, hey, what's up? What are you doing? What's going on? Tell me everything. Is there anything I can do for you? Okay, everyone gets this so far? Yeah. Okay, now imagine if you were making $1 million every month. The same friend will come and ask you, hey, what's up? What are you doing? What's going on? Is there anything I can do for you? Everything that is times a godzillion. Will you destroy and create it all? Please, right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop-up shots, boys and beyond. So the point being, whatever result you're designing to create in other people's universe, where you get to be the lesser person when you create a problem, you can get to be a greater person when you create success. So the result it creates energetically in other people's universe, they want to turn to you, is the same when you choose failure or success. So what would you rather choose now that you have this awareness? And everything you're unwilling to know, be perceived, receive about that, will you destroy and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, shells, boys and beyonds. Because what beyond this reality acknowledgement are you not giving to yourself, that how brilliant you are and what awareness you have? That if you give it to yourself, would allow you to create anything you desire. Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and create all peace. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pot, shells, boys and beyonds. Because look at it for a moment. It may sound very theoretical or something like that to some of you, but it's actually true. The same friends, if your picture appeared on a front paper of a newspaper on your city, will you get many calls? Perhaps you will, from the people who know you. Now, the news could be a good news or a bad news, but they found out. So having attention or desiring attention or creating something to get attention is not really a problem in a way. It's a capacity that you may not have used to your advantage. But what if you started to use it to your advantage in a way that creates your life without hurting yourself? So everywhere you were demonstrated that attention can only be had or pulled by creating a problem or a failure, but never success. Will you now destroy and create it all, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pot, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Okay. There's a feeling of resolution too when a problem is solved, like something was accomplished. Cool. What if, let's take this energy, someone called Ryan. So what if you had so much money that you had a sense of being accomplished by giving it to someone in need rather than creating the money problem yourself? Like, what if you had $1 billion spare in your bank account? Doesn't matter how it happens, get a sense of it. What if you had $1 billion and then you had friends who are not doing very well, who came to you and asked for help, and you get to assist them if that's what you desire? Would that also give you a sense of resolution, a sense of something being accomplished or not? Look at that. Now, how many different ways are there to having a sense of fulfillment? Because right now, the only choice universe tells you, the only way to feel accomplished and fulfilled is by creating a problem. But what if that wasn't true? So everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and create love? Please. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pot, pop, shots, boys, and beyonds. Anyone else has anything else coming up? No. Yes, maybe. Brain fried. Okay, cool. You can keep using the chat feature. I'm going to look up what other things.
Mohnish, it's Ruth.
Hello, Ruth.
Hi. One thing I notice is that people don't get the chance to control what kind of attention they get when they, when they get it. It could be all kinds. It could be out completely. You can think you're going to create such and such, but you're going to create something completely different, and you've entered a whole new realm of whatever strangeness, right?
Is it true?
Well, cognitively,
Sure.
yes.
But let's expand.
Not actually. Yeah.
No, cognitive can actually be actually also, because what you cognitively believe is what shows up a lot of time. Remember, your point of view creates your reality. But let's expand that cognition for a moment, like expand beyond it. You know, have you heard that phrase, no publicity is bad publicity?
I've heard that, yes.
Yeah. How many people literally use that? Like, people who like publicity don't necessarily realize that they like publicity. Right. And that means if they don't have the means, methods, and modalities of creating publicity through success, they'll create it through failure. But they get to enjoy their publicity anyway. What's the difference between a totally victim drug user and a billionaire film star? Not much. They're both the princess and the center stage of everyone around them.
Right.
Right. So how many lifetimes you guys were the superstars, film stars, kings and queens that you loved all the attention? Okay. You don't care how you get the attention, whether creating success or failure. You just care that you get the attention. You know, like people want to get rich because they think once I'm rich, I will have a lot of free time. I will be able to do anything I want in my life. But they don't really see that. They only make money the monster here. Like, once I have money, only then I can do that. Like, I can talk about myself. I may not be making $1 billion a month right now, but I do have a life that a billionaire would have. I get to choose what I would like to do with my day. I get to decide when I want to work, when I don't want to work, what I want to eat, what I don't want to eat, who I want to talk to, I don't want to talk to. I get complete autonomy with every day of every day of every week of my life. Now that's an acknowledgement I'm not given to myself. Like, I'm already creating the result or what I thought having a lot of money will bring me. So I got that, and it didn't take me money to get there. Now, adding money to that, would that be fun? Sure. But money wasn't the only way to get that freedom. So, like, the sense is, what if you recognize that you like getting attention and you don't really care how you get it? And what if you started to add the energy of success instead of energy of failure to that attention you'd like? It's such a simple proposition, but it's not simple. Actually, it's light. What's so light It's like feather touch. It's so spacious. People say, oh, that's a simple one. That won't work. It can't be that easy. But the fact is, the easier it is, the more we reject it because it's so spacious. It's so light. It's not solid enough. It doesn't hit you hard in the face. It doesn't drive the home run. So it doesn't create the desired effect. And we just tend to just reject it then. But what kind of ease has been showing up in your life personally? Look at your life over the last 6 months. What kind of ease has started to show up that mostly a person with money has? You know, how many of you are actually just literally struggling for dinner every day? You may not be. If you are, we can have a different conversation about it. But like, how many of you are actually getting what you've been asking for? But it's not coming from the desired FedEx post. It might be coming from like, UPSC, and you just don't realize it's the same thing coming in a different courier. So everything that is times a Godzillion will you destroy and create it all. Please, right, wrong, good, bad, online, pot, pop, shots, boys, and beyonds. So far, I can just summarize this thing. I'm showing you how we create this need for attention. And a lot of times we do that through creating destruction. I am not making the need for attention wrong. I'm also not making it right. I'm saying if you like attention, you can create it through success also. If that's something you would like to explore, let's talk more about. Because nothing you do actually is stupid. A lot of times you're only stupid because you don't realize how brilliant you are. So everything that is times a Godzillion will you destroy and create it all. Please, right, wrong, good, bad, online, pot, shots, boys, and beyonds. 99% of you are actually stupid in the area of not recognizing that you're not stupid. You're just stupid because you don't see how brilliant you are in everything you choose. Everything. Sometimes you realize after 4 years why you were really choosing it, but you still see, you get to see the brilliance of it if you look at anything in retrospect. So let's look at one thing. Look at one thing you're not very proud of. Look at one thing that you really judged yourself for doing, for choosing, for creating, or happening to you. Like the worst thing ever, basically. If it's not the worst thing ever, like the second worst thing or the third, whatever. Get the sense of it, whatever that is. Now, is there anything it gave you, the same thing gave you, gifted you, or you created by this event that made your life greater? Anything. Is there anything good that came out from the worst time of your life, the worst event of your life, the worst thing that ever happened to you? Is there anything good that came out of it? Anything at all? Okay. I'm seeing a lot of heads nodding. So are you really stupid that it happened to you? Or you don't care how it came to you, but it still created something greater for you? It still gave you something that you didn't have earlier. Everything that brings up for all of you guys, will you destroy and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, podcast, short, boys, and beyond. So like my biggest thing for the majority of my life has been I made a mistake at home at an early age, and I was beaten up by my father, by my mother, and I was a teenager, maybe around teenager or a little over. I was beaten up very badly for something that wasn't entirely my fault, but it looked like that. I was beaten up so badly, brutally by the neighbors, by the parents, everyone. And I held on to the grudge for years, for years, for years, for years, for years. I've been angry about it. Only very recently I had to look at two things. Okay, it happened to me because it wasn't entirely my fault, but somehow it seemed like it was my fault. They could have actually killed me that night or sent me away to jail or whatever. That didn't happen. Number one. Number two, after that night, I just knew I could do anything in my life. I had nothing to lose, I had nothing to prove. So, me being in India, like it's not very common to leave your parents' house to start your life. Soon after, I left my parents' house and started my life and started exploding and succeeding in my life. So, that was one of the things that was the worst event of my life, the worst time of my life. It actually gave me a sense of gratitude, a sense of freedom. They could have killed me, or worse, I could have been there just bitter about it, thinking about creating my life, but never making the choice, never going away to find out what's real and true for me, never leaving the situation. But those two things didn't come. Those were the two good things, which took me a lot of courage to even admit to myself, my God, there was actually some good in it. And that was the only way for me to just make that choice. At that time, it seemed like that. So, what is it that you have really harshly judged happening to you, about your life, about your event? And if you just, only for yourself, just for yourself, write that event, write that thing, whether it was losing your business, being accused for something you didn't do, whatever it is, write that down and look at your life. What are the events that actually followed after that event? What showed up after that event? Without trying to find the good or bad in it, but just get a sense of what showed up after that event, not before, after that. How has your life been after that event or after that thing? And notice if anything there has actually been a gift for you. Because whatever has been a gift for you, as soon as you acknowledge it, there will be a sense of lightness and expansion. What's true for you will always give you the lightness. Everything that doesn't allow you to know, be, perceive, receive, that will you destroy and create it out. Please, right, wrong, good, bad, online, fuck, short, beyonds. Like I, one of the things, I can call it my specialty if I should put it in words like that. Like I'm an access facilitator, but the classes I do the most are talk to the entities classes. Like that's the subject that I find having most fun with and actually like spending more time with spirits than people. That's just a personal choice, matter of personal choice. I am like that. Okay. Not that you have to choose it, not at all. But I'm just giving you an example again from my life. So many people I've worked with, thousands of people I've worked with who come and tell me they've been abused by a demon or this, and there are these horrible spirits that are stuck to them. But when we actually look at it, something actually completely different shows up. So, what I'm trying to say is, even when it seems like you're a victim, underneath that might be something brilliant that you're creating with that. You just don't yet know it or haven't actually wanted to show it to anyone, including yourself. But what if you attempted? I'm not sure that's the only thing you will find. But what if you just gave it a go to show it to yourself if there is any brilliance, any magic there? Ruth, I was just going to call your name and then you put your hand down. You're on mute.
That doesn't help much. Okay. Yes. So this is great. I was asking myself just then, you know how you described, for example, with your thing that you had this success as a result of this big thing that occurred. Do you ever, sorry?
Not just a big thing, big horrible thing.
Big horrible thing. Yes, sorry. Beg your pardon. Let's make it. Yeah. Super. Yeah, I get it. But what is this thing that once you've had this big horrible thing, that it just like keeps coming back like it's haunting you? I was curious whether it may have something to do with maybe an acknowledgement that you actually haven't made yet, or maybe it could be a distractor implant. It could be all kinds, I suppose.
Sure. So what is it for you? What haunts you?
What haunts me?
Yeah. You just
Okay.
gave me your rope, so I'm just gonna gently pull it. Let's.
Okay. I'll go.
Robe. I said robe.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Thank you. So, yes. So, I created something where I ended up sort of like losing nearly everything. And
What is nearly everything?
what is nearly everything?
Yes.
It's my home, money, lots of items that belong to me, and that kind of thing. But I can see.
Okay. Stop talking to me like an entity very fast. Relax.
All right.
Okay, relax. So you created something.
Yes.
And in the event of creating it, or as a result of creating it, you lost your home, you lost your items, you lost your money. Did you lose them, or did you almost lose them?
I lost most of those things.
Okay. What are the things you actually lost?
So my home.
Home.
Nearly all my money, the vast majority of my money.
Cool.
So somewhere to live, obviously. I still had my cat. That was great. Yeah, and I still had an income. So
Whoa. Wait.
yeah.
So you lost your money, you lost your home, you
Yeah.
lost your valuables.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Who did you lose it to?
To a few people, like one person in particular, but there were lawyers involved and stuff. So.
Yeah, but like, was it family, friend, business?
I suppose, yeah, somebody I knew, somebody that I knew. It wasn't a business thing. It wasn't family.
So, like some con artist who came as in.
You could call it that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It wasn't a con artist in the usual sense, but yes, I think it kind of fits.
Someone, a con artist who pretended to be someone or something and swindled you off the money.
Sort of, yeah.
Good. Were they also capable of murdering you?
In a roundabout way, yes, maybe.
Okay, what's like? Yes or no?
Good question. Could you were they capable of murdering me? Yes.
Okay. So you paid off to save your life. Cool.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Wait. Now notice if that has any sense of expansion.
Yeah.
A lot of expansion, a little bit of expansion, or megatons of expansion?
Oh, it was more than I thought. Yeah, more megatons.
Megaton.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't realized that. I was just seeing that much, but there was actually way more.
Yeah. Like when you're really drowning in the ocean, do you care that you have $1 billion in your bank account, or do you really pray for that someone will come and save you?
No, it's a totally different perspective. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. Like that is really sometimes throwing everything you got to save your life.
Wow.
Energetically speaking.
Yeah.
Like, because there have been lifetimes where you've had the trauma, where people try to swindle everything you had and also killed you after.
Yeah.
So are you a dum-dum or are you smarty pants?
Wow. I have to get some new smarty pants. Yeah. I like that.
You don't have to get anything, you are it.
No, I was just having a joke. Yeah, but thanks. I was just thinking maybe I could make some fancy.
Yeah. But like, even as we're talking about this, alongside your mind is starting to reject it and push it out already. So like,
it's true.
For 5 seconds to have this conversation with this dude, We're not going to live like that. We can't be that magical. So let's just start erasing it while simultaneously it's occurring. Cool.
Yeah.
Your choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I get embarrassed acknowledging myself in front of people. It's hard enough on without, but so I really appreciate the spotlight on this.
Oh, but guess what? Even losing everything will give you a spotlight like that.
Yeah.
You still make the front page of the newspaper. Doesn't matter if you're self-flagellating yourself or winning the lottery.
Yeah.
So that's just one of the awareness that's very loud there. And what else is there that you haven't acknowledged? Like, what if you looked at it and write down, okay, so that was one.
Yeah.
I'm using your example for everyone.
Yeah.
And then what happened? What was your life like after that? What happened? Do you still see, do you still live in the same town or the country?
Not the same country. Not the
You
same
left the
town.
town. Okay, good.
Yeah,
That got you away from the town. All right.
that's true.
Okay. Were there any people in that town you never wanted to see again?
Yeah, there were.
Okay, good. So you chose that with that. What else? What happened after that event?
After that, I mean, once, yeah, so I moved around a bit. Ended up having, yeah, it's a long story, Mohnish. I don't know what to say. It's gonna be, but I mean, one thing that happened was I ended up I ended up moving into a place. Some people took me in, and it was absolutely bonkers where they were living, and it was just, it was a lot. So I stepped up. I stepped up a lot using the tools and stuff.
Who or what did you actually kill from your life by giving away all your money?
Oh, what did I kill from my life?
Yeah, who was it?
Those people, you mean?
Yeah.
The people who,
Just not just those people, but what else?
right, a whole way of being, a whole way of not being,
So
maybe.
did you get more of you or less of you?
Oh yeah, I totally did.
Oh yeah. You know, the thing is, the one thing that will create your future, which is your being, is the most undervalued thing. So everywhere you decided the worth of your being was equal the amount of money you lost, will you destroy and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pot, short, boys, and beyonds. How many of you really function from the point of view that the worth of your being equals the amount of money you have or don't have, or whatever the amount of debt you have or don't have? And everything that is times a Godzillion, will you destroy and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pot, short, boys, and beyonds. Okay. Did anything happen to that town after you left?
Did anything happen to that town after I left? I mean, the only thing I can think of is that it was a lot lighter once I'd done all the stuff than it was when I arrived there. But I don't know if that's what you mean. Did anything happen at the place other than that? I can't think of anything else.
Now she's starting to smile. What is that?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't, it must be energy wise. There's nothing like, there's no words. Don't get what those words are.
You're smiling. That gives me.
Okay, hold on a second. I got, wow. There's a sense that something quite a lot shifted in the place. Um, but it's just, um, I'm not getting the full information.
Okay.
Mm. Do you mean the place where I moved out of the house? Okay, so yes, it's a family moved in, and they loved the place that they bought. Is that what you mean? I don't know if I follow.
So what are you aware of?
Wow, I'm just aware of huge amounts of entities is what I'm aware of.
Okay, what else are you aware of?
Hmm. I'm aware of a level of uncomfortableness, or whatever you want to call it, around my potency.
Yeah, yeah. What else are you aware of?
Oh, what's that? Something to do with like a really long time ago that I don't have. It's just I'm aware of some energy. That's what I can say.
Cool. So whatever that was, the debt you owed or that you thought you owed, whatever that was, settled?
Ah,
Is it settled now? Yes or no?
wow. Yeah. There's more yes than no.
Okay. So if there's
Yeah.
more yes than no, let's go with the yes.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Everything that is, everywhere you still think you owe anything to anyone, destroy and uncreate, right, wrong, good, bad, online.
Wow. Yeah.
Now, if you didn't owe anything to anyone, what would you like to create as your future?
I've got a list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you might want to revisit that list if any of those things still matter.
Okay.
The point is, if you no longer had to hide you to protect you, what would you like to create?
Wow.
Who
Yeah.
were you hiding from?
Wow. That is interesting. There is the energy of debtors there.
Yeah.
That was yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So all the lifetimes you ran away with other people's money and gold.
Wow. That's wow. Cool.
Oh, was that stupid or smart?
Something.
Everything that is. Everything you don't want to know, be perceived, receive. Just
Oh wow. Okay. I'm beginning to get it.
and beyond. Yeah. And really, okay, cool. Now that's opening up a different awareness. Now, what if you just looked at it at some point and say, okay, what's needed? What's required?
Hmm.
And it might be easier than what you think.
Right. Probably. Yeah. Thinking.
You can come to our program in February. We're doing entities in relationship.
Oh, sounds great.
Of February. We are starting today.
Oh, super. All right. I should have a look.
Yeah, you can talk to Enzo. All right. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right. So everything that brought up, guys, for all of you, will you destroy and create, right, wrong, good, bad, online, fuck, short, boys, and beyonds. Now, the reason I had a long conversation was to show you a sense of where you really think you must be doing something wrong. What if you were not? What if you're just aware of all lifetimes, past, present, future? Because one of the things consciousness will give you the awareness of everything you've ever been. That is what is infinite being is, a being beyond past, present, and future. But if anywhere you've judged your past or done things that you don't want to know about your past, you will put so much energy into hiding it that you never get to create your future. Everything that is time to God. See, and will you destroy and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pot, shots, boys, and beyonds. Like whatever you're not proud of in your past. Okay, you can acknowledge that. You can ask what else is possible. If the majority of your being is busy hiding that, covering that up, how do you get to create your future? Because you've got that energy. You can create 899 layers of passwords, security, and firewalls to hide your past and hide you underneath all of that past. Or you go, boom, I'm creating my life. Universe, show me. Screw that. What else is possible? Yeah, I've done everything. There have been lives I've done great stuff. And then there is life I've done not so great stuff. Now, what would I like to choose? You got another chance, 10 seconds to live your life. What would you like to use? Choose, choose. Mallet. Okay, after you create a problem in your body for attention, how do you dissolve it once you got the awareness? It was for attention. All right, now look at this question. Is this question from the space of awareness or, hello, you solved my problem? So how did you create that problem energetically to require the attention? That's exactly how you solve that problem. That's exactly how you dissolve it. From perceiving and accessing the energy. Go on, Malek, go on. Don't look
Okay.
so sad.
You know, like it's always clear for the other one, but when it's never clear. Okay. So
It's clear
I
for the other one, as in clear for me from the other
I
side.
mean, I know it's very clear for you, but to me, I'm in fog.
Cool.
Okay. Because the thing is, I learned from a young age to get attention, and I got attention, all sore throat, all kinds of things from my parents, because she lost her first child. So whenever we were sick, she really cared a lot for us. I mean, exaggerate, okay? I loved it. When I was older, I got the awareness, but I didn't realize I'm still doing it.
Yes. So what's the problem in your body now?
Oh, I think this time I created something serious. I'm talking to my doctor tomorrow. That's it's I don't even want to say it, but I'm afraid this time it's something. So that's why what can I be? What can I do? What can I clear?
What do you think it is?
Something really not fun.
Well, for me, eating cheese is not really fun.
No, I mean, this time something appeared on my skin from one day to the other, and really looking not normal, not typical. And yeah, it took me a week to call my doctor. So I said, "Oh, did I create something like that?" And I didn't. Yeah, thank you for the awareness that I'm still doing that. My father's dead. My mother's 85. There's no way I'm gonna get attention from her now. I'm 57.
Are you sure
Are you sure what?
that you're not going to get any attention? How old are you right now? How old are you being right now?
57. 57?
How old are you being and behaving right now? Truth.
Okay. How old am I now? 5.
Okay, good.
Oof.
Hello, French little 5-year-old girl.
Yeah, I'm very vulnerable. I feel so vulnerable the last day. God, it's like, yeah, very vulnerable. Very, very.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not used to that.
That's the one thing that will create your life. If you be vulnerable with you. Or do you want to be as solid as your mom and dad?
I create thing good that I can get out of is like to be me comfortable with being vulnerable, because it's like I'm very vulnerable. Very, very.
Oh.
I'm calling my doctor tomorrow morning, and it's like, and I'm trying to not be reactive and say, okay, what will be, will be. What it will be what I created,
Yes. So what's the intention of this question? To understand how you're creating this? Or
the intention is like, well, I'm a bars facilitator, so I know I done foundation, so I know how the clearings, all that work. But right now, because I'm in the situation and I'm clearing the fear, but it's like, what are the steps to clear this program that I have that I'm not aware that I'm still activating, but I'm aware now. But what would be the step for me to start to function from another place? Is it like I don't focus on it and I create like success, like you said, or do I take care of that? Because I know the doctor, I don't really.
do you like it when people try and help you?
Pardon me?
Do you like it or hate it when people try to help you?
Do you like it or hate it when people?
Do you like it? Do you love it? Or do you hate it when people try to help you?
I like it, but I have awful hard time to receive it.
Yes, because you hate it.
Okay, so then I hate it.
Right now, even your thing is like, tell me all the steps. Only when I feel safe, when I'm all alone with my 899 firewalls and steps to protect myself activated, I might consider your advice. I will not let you in. I will not receive any contribution. I will not show you anything. I will just tell you I'm a BF and I know how the clearings work. So you give me your prescription and I will try it out all by myself, all alone.
Yeah, exactly. I'm used doing by myself.
Yes, honey, but what if you didn't?
Yeah.
What if you didn't? What if you knew that you're not alone?
That's really deep.
How deep is your love? Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. How deep is your love? I think it's a real song. I've heard it at nightclubs.
I know that song.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
Okay, so I have a mediumnic contact right now. There's something bells. I hear bells, so it's something changing.
Bells in your belfry. Wake the fuck up,
Yeah, it's heard.
angels from the sky.
Yeah,
Showing you, wake the fucking fuck up. You don't have to do this alone.
you know that you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
if you really need, if it's something really serious you think you're creating, you might need a private session. Honey. But like first,
Yeah.
you really know you're not alone, and you don't have to do this alone.
Yeah.
Only then and then a miracle would be possible. A miracle takes all of the universe to conspire it, to create it, and deliver it. Okay, you're not an alone soldier, even if you think you are. What else is possible?
Yeah, thank you.
My point of view is, if you convinced yourself so deeply that you must do everything alone, and you're not the only one, and many of us who live with that. And then we have money problem, sex problem, receiving problem, basically money, relationship, and sex is fucked up. If you want to do everything alone, these are the two things you cannot do alone: money, sex, and relationships. If those two things are fucked up, you might want to look at what's your receiving level. But like, if you convinced yourself so deeply you must do everything all by yourself, how powerful and potent are you that you don't want to show to yourself and everyone else? Because what if there is a truth with a lie attached there? Are you a Vespa or a BMW? Are you superior? Malette, are you superior? Yeah. Yes or no?
Yes, it says yes.
It says yes or you say yes?
No, I don't know. There's a yes.
And how much are you trying to prove you're not superior your entire life? Because if you were really superior, you would be able to solve any problem. So you create problem to prove you're not superior. How cool.
Crazy.
Still takes energy and power and brilliance.
Yeah.
All I desire at this point for you to know, you may think you're stupid, but you're not. And you're not alone. If you want to walk a few more steps in that direction, get in touch. We'll talk more. What else is possible? Okay. Who else thinks they are fucked up? All right. Okay, good. So here's the sense. Well, I hope today's conversation, in me talking to these two people, you were able to see many of the instances in your personal life and how you've been navigating your life in ways that may have been linear before this conversation, and now all the pieces are scattered. There's more space. There's a crack for more awareness to come in. If there's any sense of lightness, please know you're not alone. Choose something different. Choose for you. Not alone. No matter what you've created, you're not alone. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. If you knew you were not alone, and if you knew you were not wrong, what else would be possible? For the month of February, entire month, I'm going to be doing calls and sessions and things related to this subject of entities and relationships. So there are entities that we are connected to from other lifetimes, which we have a relationship with. And then there are relationships, which are entities, created entities like money, like business, like your past, future, whatever you want to call it, bank account. This is a deep dive and exploration of saying, okay, if you are no longer working alone, is there anything I can connect you with to create greater in your life? Whether it's about undoing strange relationships from the past, whether it's about ending abusive relationships with the spirits, or whether it's about creating nurturing relationship with the spirits. That's something that calls to you. We're starting this today. I think we did the first call yesterday, which was comfortable distance, which is part of this program. So February is all about relationships, entities, and relationships in the program. If you want to know more, get in touch with one of us, Zoya, Enzo, or your local language person. We're starting, we're going. If that's not something for you, I hope this was a contribution. Whenever you're ready, you know where to find me. What else is truly possible, guys? What else is truly possible? Have fun, enjoy too much, I adore you. Just get the sense, not from the woo-woo sense of God be with you. Sure, in order for the contribution to be with you, you really have to know for yourself, like really know it deeply inside. You're not alone. You are not alone. That's all. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody. Ciao. Woohoo! You want to come off mute and say bye or just shout? You can.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
You're amazing.
Bye.
Hey, Manish. Bye bye.
Bye.